Hello everyone, it's JoeReviewer again, and this is still Mega Man 6. And so, defeating 4 Robot Masters, we now go against Tomahawk Man, the most difficult stage we've come up against. This stage was difficult, not just because of its, clever enemy placement, and it's a very good stage and it's designed very well, but I personally came into some issues. Now this is Jet Adapter, we got it from Pandamonium. It lets us fly, and it's really, really fun. It's really versatile, so you can just fly over these enemies and not get hurt at all. Oh well. Yeah, it's not particularly useful right here, but we'll get to that in a second. Just clear these guys out. Also, you may have noticed that these large blocks look very similar to blocks that can be blown up, and they've got stuff hidden behind them, which is very convenient. Like this E-Tank. E-Tanks are nice. E-Tanks, I don't think, if you don't know what E-Tanks are all about, they will refill your health to maximum upon its use. So that's always convenient. I won't be using any just because I feel like it's cooler if I don't, but the game gives you, Mega Man 6 will give you plenty, so if you're having trouble, don't be shy from using one. Okay, now I always forget that you don't have to hold the direction that you're shooting when you're firing Night Crush, but jumping backwards makes up for it, so let's punch this guy, and punch this guy. Yeah, that's always fun to send enemies back. What they do with some of the simple things they do with the adapters are really fun, and oh gosh, and that guy respawns. Sometimes best just to skip enemies. Makes things a little bit easier on you. And here is Flip Top. What are you going to give me? Another E-Tank. So that brings our E-Tank count to 3, and this is where things get tricky. Now I'm going to go this way, over here. And blow up these guys. This is a very simple way. It's very easy. You got, especially if you have any special weapons, they'll pretty much help you here. And then you get here. But you probably noticed something already. And, well, after I do my little dance, yeah, you might have noticed something there. But now we're back over here. Yes, this is the split paths I was referring to earlier, except this time they're not quite as simple as at the boss doors. Now, in terms of playing the game, this is really fun. It gives you a lot of good encouragement to play through the levels again and go for all these helpful little power-ups here. See? This may have been a little bit harder, but now you got some cool stuff to help you get through the level. Problem is if I'm going to try to show you, oh, we're not going to eat plant. What am I thinking? Anyways, I can show you these, but it's a little complicated because I tried to make it look seamless and it didn't work, and I have no idea what I was doing here. There is no checkpoint or any split paths over there. I don't know why I did that. Night guy! Yes, special weapons. We'll take that guy out quickly. And it's another one of these things. Let's make sure I do it right this time. Never mind. Blow up Match Dispenser. And we're gonna fly up. Whee! Here is the second split path. Yes, there are 2 split paths here. And I'm standing here because I'm not sure what's going on. And there's stuff, and I'm just going to blow that guy up so that we can proceed. Yeah, Jet Adapter's got little Dinky Pea Shooter Mega Man shot from, you might recognize from the first 3 games. It was your only way to attack. The penalty you pay for being able to fly around wherever willy-nilly. Block. Blow up. Thank you. Yeah, if you don't have to get that on your first try. I would suggest Proto Man is here. And he got us a really cool thing. Anyways, I would suggest inching forward pixel by pixel. This is the energy no, it's the energy equalizer, or, whatever you want to call it. And as I fly back and forth between those two, and then climb up this ladder. if you're using the normal Mega Man, or if you're using either of the adapters, it will put energy into whichever weapon needs the most. Double kill, triple kill. It'll put the weapon energy into whatever it needs most. So here's the boss doors, but you probably saw that other path, especially since I mentioned it. So we're just gonna go back over there real quick. Here we go. Still want to take out this guy, because he shoots down, and that's not good. And let's fly. Might want to test, make sure you're going over the pit there, and ow. Okay, let's make up for that with something impressive. Whoa. Yes, there we go. Very slick. No, not quite as slick as Blizzard Land stage. Anyways, so here's the other path. You can see where the first one went. Over here, you've got a health power-up, which isn't as good as an energy balancer, but, you know, and it helps. It helps. And also over here is Tomahawk Man. And yes, his weakness is plant. I didn't save a plant. Things might not go so well. So here he is. The issue with using plant on Tomahawk Man is that Tomahawk, you want to you can't stay too close to him or you're going to get hit, and you can't stay too far away or you won't be able to dodge some of his projectiles. Your helpful movement, the advanced movement you have, the jet adapter can be helpful, but only if you really know what you're doing. Also, power adapter, okay, it helps not to jump straight into him, is not always the best. The adapters, this isn't a very good fight for them, especially the way I'm doing it, but I figured I'd mix it up, because since I was going to use plant. Yes, Tomahawk Man, as you can see, is probably one of the hardest robot masters in this game. But he's dead, we beat him with very little health, but regardless, I still think that I deserve a shot to the face. Nah, it's Silver Tomahawk, which is actually bronze, but we won't tell him. We also got beat B parts, which are the reason you go to the door I went through, gets you the beat B parts. Unfortunately, this means we don't have the energy balancer. So, we're gonna have to go without that for a while. I'll go back and grab it off screen because I've already shown you the entire stage, but you don't need to see it for right now. Now it's time for Wind Man. No, Wind Man's up there. Go get Wind Man. There we go. Yes, Wind Man. A very, very fun stage. First good thing about Wind Man stage is that it gives you ample opportunity to use Silver Tomahawk, which flies up in this curve you see. Helps get these pandas out of the way, and for the majority of the beginning of the stage, you can use it quite a bit and really effectively. Enemy placement in this first area is mainly above you, and we don't need that health power-up, so we're just going to skip it. So with all the enemies that are above you, at least especially in this first section here, and through a lot of part of the level, Tomahawk works really well. Alternatively, if you have Night Crush, that can be a good alternative. That can be alternatively be a good alternative. It can be a good way to get through the stage, especially since you can go up and down. I've actually had runs where I've gone through the entire thing. Back attack! That's what the B stands for, not Blizzard. I've gone through the entire stage with Night Crush in hand, and if you collect enough power-ups, you can actually use it throughout the whole stage. So it's a good alternative. It's definitely fun to use. Blizzard Attack is very helpful for getting rid of these guys. You could use the power adapter, but that requires getting a little bit too close for comfort, in my opinion. Jumping in those fans is not a good idea because they'll launch you into the spikes if you jump, so it's better to fall into them, unless you are planning on going and hitting the ceiling. These platforms are fun because they move every time you use them. Okay. They move every time you jump on them, and it's gotta be careful. Long trail of power-ups we don't need, and an E-tank that we don't need, but is much appreciated. As you can see, you can jump pretty high. Here's a life. You can grab this. Grabbing these power-ups gives you the penalty, per se, of having to go through that section again. But if you want to completely ignore that guy, you can just use jet adapter to fly straight past him. And here come more pandas. Yes, these close-quartered areas are better for Night Crush, considering the wide arc that Tomahawk will make. This was supposed to be careful planning, but it didn't go quite as well. Ow. When a plan fails, just run. Also, when you're caught a little bit off guard, land barrier can be useful. Just don't try to pull it out in the last exact moment, because that won't work so well. Yep, enemy placement above is usually a good sign for Tomahawk. And it seems that a lot of these enemies were placed with Tomahawk in mind, which is very helpful, because it, it augments the weapon, and oh gosh, this panda is sort of hard to dodge because you're not really in control of your height, and don't really have much control of your back and forth because of this danger of spikes. Here, whoop. It was pretty slick, but that's the last little bit of close quarters fighting we have for now. Over here, you can go and grab some power-ups before the battle, in case you need them, though chances are you're not, and I'm playing along to the song. But chances are you're not really going to need them, because Windman is the easiest robot master in the game. And by easy, I mean I beat Windman on my very first try. Ever. Windman is not a difficult boss, and even though I don't even think I died, honestly, when I first beat Windman, but his pattern is pretty easy to recognize. He flies around, you just slide under when he's above you. Those things that he shoots out aren't pretty hard to dodge unless you're trying to go in between them or something. Unless you're standing like right next to him, their maximum height isn't going to do much. When he pulls you in, you can still shoot him, so unlike Dustman, you don't have to wait around, so take him out pretty quickly with just the Mega Buster. And you can also fly into the air. Appropriate. Okay, so now we have Windstorm, which, like Windman, is not entirely powerful, but it can come in handy, especially with enemies that are below you. But, once again, that'll have to wait for next time. For this time, there are bloopers. I'm a little stingy on bloopers today, but we can show off some of my amazing skills at fighting Tomahawk Man with the advanced ability of the jet adapter. Okay, let's try Power Adapter. Power Adapter will be more powerful. Yes, we can punch this guy. We can punch him hard. We can punch him down. We can jump into him, but that doesn't matter because we can punch him. We can punch him. We can punch him back. We can punch him forward. We can jump into him.